Hey guys, Eric here, Nomadic Fanatic. Been waiting for a dry day to do this video. It's there's actually just a break in the rain, and it's still just soaking wet, and it's probably going to start raining soon, so I'm going to make this really quick, actually. But I want to talk about how I do a pre-trip inspection and check of everything with my motorhome. I'm not a professional by any means. I'm not even a mechanic or anything, but I know how to take care of a few things and just double check certain stuff before you get on the road, because some of this stuff, it's really going to be a pain if it's like, oh, I could have just checked that, I could have fixed that on the way there, or you know, I'm also not looking for problems right now, so I'm not doing this so that I can find a problem. I'm doing this so that I can potentially fix a problem before I get on the road. So, yep. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is check the oil. I always like to clean it once and then get my look. It's about a half a quart low, so I'm just going to put in a half a quart of oil. I am going on a 1,300-mile trip, so I will have to check the oil continually during the trip, but I'd like to just make sure I start. I'm going to take the cap off the oil so that I know that I'm going to fill it. Now when I take caps off, something I've learned, don't just set them here, because there's a possibility that you could forget to put that cap back on. You could just close it up and never know. What I like to do with all of these caps that I'm taking off is put them somewhere where they will prevent you from being able to close this. I physically can't close the hood with this right here because it won't physically close. Just helps me remember. Alright, down under here is my power steering pump. Just unscrew that guy. Wipe it off once, put it back in. You can see on mine it actually has two different ones. It has the fill full cold and fill hot. So it's cold right now, so I'm going to this side, and yep, I'm good to go. Got your brake fluids right here in your master cylinder. Take that off. Put this a little low. So, yeah. Keep an eye on this, because remember, if this gets too low and you let air in your brakes, you could have a serious problem with your brakes. So I would check this once a month and make sure this is topped off. It's something that you can't visually see from the outside, so you have to, at least for mine, you have to open it up and actually take a look. Let's see, antifreeze is right here. Do not open this if you've been running your vehicle for a long time, because if it's warm and hot, this will be pressurized and you could get seriously hurt. Check it when it's cold. Actually, level looks pretty good. Most rigs also have this tube goes into another compartment down here. So you'll want to just check that and make sure that has some fluid in it too. And mine is bone dry. Okay. Yeah. Also down here is my windshield washer fluid. Maybe not crazy important to a lot of people, but I like to have clean windshield, so make sure you got some liquid in there. Go down here and check all of your belts, or your belt if you only have one. Put some pressure on them. Check to make sure they're not cracked. You don't want them really tight, but you really don't want them loose. So make sure they're all working well and connected right. Make sure you're not missing any belts. Make sure that your fan has all the blades and that it actually spins and it isn't hitting anything when it's spinning. Check all of these lines. Maybe one of them got disconnected, or maybe they're cracked or something. You want to make sure that they're all connected and in good shape. Then take a look at your battery. I have two, but make sure all these terminals are securely in place. All right, moving out of the engine compartment, check all of your tires. Check all of your tires for good tread. Actually feel all the way around and make sure that there's no cracks or bulges or any tread that's fallen off. And do a tire pressure check. I don't have one because I just go to Texaco's. Texaco's are free to use their air compressor. Doesn't cost any quarters or anything. So definitely check your tire pressure and make sure it meets the specs on your tire. Like right here, 75 PSI cold. Or you can just get a little air pressure guide yourself. I think they're like $1 at Walmart, and you can keep checking those all the time, which I may do. Okay, the next safety check is usually thought to be a two-person job, and that's to check all of your lights, blinkers, brake lights, reverse, and everything. But there are tricks around this to be able to do it yourself. Basically, just go inside and check that you make sure you have both headlights working, both high beams are working. Check all of your parking lights. If it's important to you, check the ones that are up on top of your RV. I have 3 out of those 5 don't work. I don't really care. But make sure your turn signals work on both sides. It might be quicker having 2 people, but right. Forgot, most vehicles make you start up the vehicle in order to get your blinkers to work. Also check your hazard lights. Okay, so notice how I didn't come out to actually check the brake lights and the reverse lights. That's because I like to use a camera, usually about once a month, and I'll do what I just did. I'm going to go review this video and then check it to make sure that both brake lights came on both sides and the white reverse lights came on. I don't even know yet. One thing to also check, so these bulbs are dual bulbs. They have one light, and then when you hit the brakes, they get brighter. Now there's 2 of them on each side, so what that really means that instead of like normal cars and stuff like that, if one of these bulbs goes out on one side, you're still legal because you still have one of them working on each side. You know, you'll have 2 over there, you only have this one working. If this one goes out, you're still legal, so you won't even get pulled over, which is really cool. Another way to test this is go to a little mini mall place that has big, nice shopping glass, and put it in reverse, and then use your mirrors and watch the reflection on the glass in your rear view mirrors or side mirrors to check for these type of lights and stuff like that. Okay, well, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to have to wrap up this video. The only other things last that I like to check is to actually go underneath the chassis of the motorhome and like physically wiggle everything, wiggle the driveline, take a look at the shocks and feel those, check the exhaust and the muffler and make sure that's secure. Remember, the muffler will move a little bit, it's meant to do that, but make sure it's fully connected and everything. Check for leaks. If you have time and it's not pouring down rain somewhere, put some cardboard underneath the engine compartment a couple days before you leave, and that'll help you track down if there is a leak, where it might be coming from. I'm sure there's probably some stuff I forgot. Again, I'm not an expert, so if you have something else to add to this, put it in the comments below, because people would really like to hear some other things that, and I'd like to know some other things that I should be checking that I'm not checking, that I've forgotten. Again, I leave in about 4 days here for a 13-mile trek down to Slab City. So this is the biggest trip my motorhome has ever put on it, and I'm excited. And make sure you check your fluids regularly. All right, talk to you guys later. Hey, it's Eric, along with Jax. Thanks for watching our videos. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get the latest updates, and feel free to check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.